Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, happy hump day. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hi, Deirdre. Morning, Andrea. There's our chat. Hello, everyone. Thank you for sharing. Those of you who've already found it, let's get the others in here. It's Wednesday, it's prayer day. So let's get the prayers rolling in this morning for each other. But first, we bring in the love. Hand on your heart. Just feel it. Take a moment to just feel the energy, feel the love. Say those affirmations. Miracles are always happening to me. Opportunities show up everywhere. And why is it so easy? I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved. So pull that love in and pull somebody into your heart so that you can love on them. Pull them in and give them a big old heart hug. Let them know how much you care. I'm hugging everybody that's in our beautiful family. And here comes our Brandy, all full of love this morning. Kathy Hand, good morning, good morning. Thank you to everybody who shared this out so we can get our family in here. And here comes little Hilma. Good morning, Hilma. Good morning to you. Do you want to come up and say hello to the peas? Well, come on. Come on. They want to see you. Day 58. Yep. Making our way to 2 months of doing those affirmations. Isn't that awesome? It started out as a 21-day challenge, and look at us still going strong almost 2 months later. Come on. Do you want to up here and say hello? Come on. They want to see you this morning. Come on. She's thinking about it. She's talking about it, but not doing much about it. Come on, baby. You want up here? Do you want up here? Come on. You can do it. You can do it. She's got to complain a little bit first. Isn't that how we are sometimes? We have to complain about something we want before we actually do it. And then once we jump in and we're right there in the middle of it, doesn't it feel good? Like, sometimes I do complain about how early it is, but once I get up and get on here with all of you, it's a big pleasure to be here. It's not a chore at all. Come on, honey. Come on. Come on. You got it. You got it. Get up here. Get up here. There you go. Everybody say good morning to sweet Hilma. There she is. She says, wait a minute. I don't know if I signed up for all of that. Joanne, good morning. Brandy, there's your affirmations. I am worthy. I am enough. Miracles and happiness happen to me every day. Claim it. Own it. That's the whole key. That's what Neville's taught us so much. Own it. Own your happiness. Own your joy. Right, Hilma? You're going to own your joy this morning. Kitty P. Hello, Julie Kiss. I know. Well, I don't complain too much. Every once in a while, if I've been up a wee bit too late, then it's a little more difficult to get up, but it happens. Marietta, we're traveling north on the Chesapeake Bay. It's a beautiful, calm morning, and we're grateful. Yesterday was a bit of Folly on the Water. That sounds like the name of a book, Marietta. Folly on the Water. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Okay, well, we're missing some P's for sure. Let's call some names out and get our P's in here. Where is our Linda Lemieux this morning? And Andrea Gregg, Auntie Jean, and Blue Jean. We're missing a pair of jeans. Anybody seen a pair of jeans? Because they are missing in action. And who else is missing? Just call somebody's name. Tell them you want them to be here. Send them out a telegraphic message and a telepathic one also. Sally and Tony De La Rosa, let's call them in. Oh, we got so many P's. Charlie P. Charlie made me cry yesterday. He's so amazing, just so loving and so kind. And I really appreciate all that Charlie does for us P's and the P family. Blue, good morning. The sun has come out. And it's a good thing because we had 3 to 4 inches of rain, but my barn is dry. Awesome. We had rain. We had a day of rain yesterday, and I can't complain because I know that they really need it here in this area. They are really prone to wildfires. So the more rain they have, the less wildfires they have. So I'm happy that Colorado got the rain that it got, but it was a dreary, wet, cold day. So I pretty much just stayed inside yesterday. I didn't do a whole lot outside. I did go out for a little walk, but I got things done that needed to be done yesterday. Missing P's. Yep. Our charming Charlie's missing in action. And Hope Wellington Marshall, so happy you're here with us. All right, so there's Andrea Gregg. She is here and she called in Linda and the jeans. I love it. All right, well, let's do story time. You gotta pull it up so I can get it to you. Where are you, Word? Okay, the story time from last night is called, it won't stay up there on my screen. Okay, that's not going to cooperate, so let me go to the blog. And I'll just read it off the website. It's called Reality Check on Judgment. Okay. Neville Goddard, I just mentioned him. He said, if you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. Neville explained that you cannot serve two masters or opposing states of consciousness at the same time. This helps us to understand how it is impossible to hold an energy of non-judgment and peace if we are holding on to judgment and anger. You can replace any of the low vibrational energies here, such as blame, shame, regret, etc. If inner peace and joy is your goal, doesn't it make perfect sense that we need to focus on attaining that peace through clearing our energy of all that is opposite of peace? Dear angels, it is essential for us to understand that when we look outside of ourselves for answers to the questions we are trying to make sense of, we miss the point of being here in a human experience. We are not here to judge, shame, or blame others. Instead, our purpose is to experience soul growth and understanding by focusing on our own soul. Think of it as copying someone else's test answers. It does not help us learn. Similarly, taking another's inventory and attempting to change them because we are unhappy with their behavior does not aid our growth. Each soul is on its unique journey, and it is not our place to interfere with their path. Dear ones, we encourage you to turn inward, seeking to understand your own behavior, thoughts, and emotions. By doing so, you enable yourselves to grow and evolve, gaining wisdom and insight that can truly come from within. The human experience consists of lessons and experiences designed to help you grow. Each challenge and each triumph is an opportunity to learn more about your true selves. By focusing on your own growth and not on judging others, you honor the journey of every soul you encounter. All are equal. All are worthy of the same opportunities. The angels whisper, embrace self-reflection and inner work because this is the real path to enlightenment and true understanding. By nurturing your own soul, you contribute positively to the collective energy of humanity. Angels, today I promise to honor those who are walking on Gaia, leaving all judgment behind. Whew. They have really been drilling this point home, haven't they? About staying in non-judgment, staying in our own lane, as I like to call it. Every one of us that are here walking on Gaia's back are trying to figure it out. We're doing the best we can with what we've got. And, I used to did not like that statement. I didn't like it. I didn't like hearing it. I thought, well, it's just an excuse, right? Like when it came to our parents, and we would say they did the best they could, right? And yeah, we're doing the best we can. It's not an excuse. It's just the way it is. So life gets so much easier when you see souls instead of humans. That's the whole point, isn't it, Deirdre? To look at each other and see that innocent being, because none of us came here with hatred in our heart. None of us came here carrying a weapon to use against somebody else, or even thinking that we had to defend ourselves against another human. We didn't start out this way. The world molded us, our parents, our caregivers, our teachers, our peers. They showed us by example how to be, but we don't have to follow that example. We don't have to copy someone else's work. Be unique, be your own being, and love, because that's our true nature. We came here as beings of love and light, and we can be that. There's nothing stopping us from being a soul that expresses love and light into the world, that expresses it to each other. This is a little microcosm, our angelic river family. We show each other love. We can expand that out into the world. There's going to be people that don't have the same mindset we do. There's going to be people that are abrasive, people that are unkind. Love them anyway. There's a beautiful song like that. There's poems. And when we look at it all, at the end of the day, how do you feel about yourself if you've been kind to those who are unkind? or if you fell into their trap of being abrasive right back to them. Sometimes you give what you get, but that only hurts you. It doesn't hurt that other person that's spewing hatred and vitriol. They're not hurt. You hurt yourself by going into that low vibration. Just shake it off. If somebody sends hatred your way, if somebody bullies, and that's a really hard one. It's really hard. You're criticized and judged and talked down to and abused. To keep that high vibration is the hardest thing. But when you think of the consequences, what does it do for you at the end of the day when you lay your head down on your pillow? That's what's important. It's not so important that you talked back to somebody that was criticizing you. What's important is, did you stay in integrity? Did you stand up at your divine authority and your authenticity and say, you know what? I love you anyway. And that's hard. But it's also an example that you're setting for those who don't know love, those who have gotten away from who they truly are, their real self, which is just pure love. Realize we're all just mirrors of each other. Neville has a teaching that I totally agree with. Everyone is you pushed out. And they even have a little acronym for it. EIYPO. Everyone is you pushed out. And what that means is, if I'm looking at another being walking on the planet, and yes, we are all beings right here, we're part of the same divine soul, I'm seeing me in some form. We're all showing each other aspects of ourselves. So if I'm showing you love, that's you. You're getting that love because you're showing that love. It's a reflection back to you. If I'm seeing bitterness from another being, then what is inside of me that's reflecting that? So it's a very interesting experience to go down that rabbit hole and to look at others as an aspect of ourselves and just see what am I showing out to the world? And am I seeing that person as loving and kind? Or do I hold a concept and a belief that people are mean, people are deceptive, people are harmful? Am I exuding an energy of fear or love? And like the angel said last night, can't have it both ways. We can't hold anger in our heart and show pure unconditional love to each other. It doesn't happen. So what are you seeing in the world? What's being reflected back to you? And then do the inner work and say, oh, where is that inside of me? Where am I showing up in that way in the world? Oh, well, Brandy, I'm glad that you came in while you could. And let us know if there's any prayer requests. I know we still have your father-in-law's whole entire family on our prayer list, and praying for you and for Dustin in the loss of Greg. All right. Any other prayer requests? Go ahead and put them in. I'm going to call up our prayer list so that I can get that and all the names read for us. Okay. It's a coming in. So as always, when names are read, just remember that being that some ask us to care about, has asked us to pay attention to and lift them up to the Creator, asking for the best and highest good for each of those on our list, each place, each animal, whatever the situation is. Okay, it's taking it a minute up. So while that's happening, just go into your heart, ask for a pure energy inside of you, that when we lift these prayers up, we're lifting you up, each person that's here, you're all part of the P's for peace. We lift you up, just of compassion, empathy, of love and light as we come to the Creator with our prayer requests. Almost there. And let's remember our entire world, lifting up for peace on this earth. And Deirdre shares our beautiful prayer with us for all humans, for all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to trafficking, and support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our United States. Absolutely. Good morning, Brookie and Dylan and baby Max. And Brookie asked to please add, is it Claude? Claude's, she most likely drowned in the dam over the weekend. Oh, that was the, absolutely, we will do that. And Blue asked prayers for Karen, one of her Reiki people, who passed unexpectedly Saturday. Prayers for her hubby, Bob, another Reiki person who is very ill. We certainly will. And Brookie, extra prayers for Dylan's dad, Paul. He is in ICU recovering from lung tumor surgery. Okay, I know he's on the list. Chloe, okay, thank you. Chloe is the little girl. We're praying for her family. Okay, it finally came up on the screen. So let me take this off so we can see those names. Brookie, they will see if he can breathe on his own or if he will need oxygen going forward. Okay, so we're lifting him up and lifting Dylan up. As we said, we're praying for all the P's for peace. That's all of us. For peace on earth, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents through guiding grace. We pray for Prachetta, Prachir, and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and her daughters, my sister Billy Hawkins and her family, Sheila and Kevin Gooden and family, Gary Langford, Cecil Boone and my sister Loretta's children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, my sister Nola, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John and their family, especially her daughter Jackie and little baby Eris, Dolores Cook, which is Joanne's mom in North Carolina, LZ, Elaine, Deirdre, and Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and her husband Bob, Adriel, Tia Fernetti, Nikki, Suzanne Millard and her family, especially her daughters, grandchildren, and her sister, and praying for Suzanne's son-in-law who has been deployed, Jacob, Mary Etta and Ed, Leo Harley and his family, and especially his aunt Sue Ellie, Lakshmi, Ken, Jim, Ryan, Josie, and her mom, calling on our Ricky to be with us during prayer time today. Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim L'Oreal, and Beth, who are off traveling, and especially her sister Catherine, Jean and Ron L'Oreal. Auntie Jean's not with us yet this morning, lifting her up for her health. Mary Lou Burdick and family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs and their whole family, Fred, Rosalind Good Vibes, Jimmy Wright, Sally and Tony De La Rosa, and Sally's grandson, who was also deployed, Kathy and Bob Hand and family, Bo and Candy Hand, Christina, Gage, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss, her daughters and all of her family, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and family, Corinne, Charlie Coons, and I see you coming in with us, Charlie. Thank you. Praying for you and your family. Hope Wellington Marshall and her beautiful family and parents, Carrie Baker, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Annie Seven, and lifting Grayson up. They're going through a lot right now, so holding Grayson tight in our arms. Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her family, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and her family, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters, Beata and Juliana, Linda Lemieux and her sons and grandchildren, and Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and Mary Lord, John, Tatiana, Buster, Wayne, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Blue Jean and Dave and all the fur babies, Pocket, Gruff, Raz, Wizzy Bee, Blue, Lulu, and Gizmo, lifting up little Gizmo for continued health. The horses that we lift up, Dolly, Chance, Shasta, Noel, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie, and your whole family. And we're lifting up Dylan's father, who just went through surgery, and sweet little Max, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Lillian and her family in Norway, Kathleen Caputo, baby Wyatt, baby Haven, baby Divine, and their whole family, Caden, Tinsley Rose, Kat, Candy and Pastor Bruce, Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and her family, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine and John, Jeannie Aguilar and her grandson, who may be facing surgery at a very young age, Eric, Tammy Fisk and family, Rochelle Martinez and her mom, Rose. Good morning, Kathleen and Annie. Lori, Kelly, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, especially her sister-in-law, Sharon, Jeannie's sister, Merle, Deb Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and her family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Mary Quincoli and her family and friends in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Akil and the Pakistan orphans and the whole area of Pakistan, which is in a lot of conflict right now, Yuri, Scott, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dyke, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Dido Clark and her son Harry, Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Claudia, Marianne Pish and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Linny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, especially her grandchild, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Sue and grandchildren, Janie Stamler, Claudel Jackson, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Jerry, Michelle Landers and her entire family, Kagan and Wyatt, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Miles and Sarah, Joanne McConn-New, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Julie Kiss, your mom Cynthia and your husband, and your entire family, Julie. We lift all of you up. Courtney, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Kompemans, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Yolanda, Sylvie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her mom Jewel, Joey, Terry, Solar and Maya, Leanne, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, okay, we got something going on with the video. Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, Dick Waters, Milton Carvajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris, Jacqueline and David, Solvy Barnes and Odd Barnes, Gunn Ellenson, Maria Mitchinson, Higman Simpson, Lisa Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Rebecca Stewart Rickardson, Sonia Kay, Miles, Anjali Baha, Paula Graca, David Brett, Colleen, Dellen Hickson, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Brandy Chari, and Brandy's whole family, and Dustin's family in the loss of his father, JT, Francis Navin, Shauna, Danielle Riverin and family, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Catherine DeSanti and her sister, Mary Jane, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft and family, Eric and John, Darlene Osei, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Daniel McGraw, Minner Brumley, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Ketterer, Gabrielle, Ina, Donna, Nancy, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Kim Bevan, Gabby Forrester, Don B., daughter and granddaughter, the Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capola Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, all areas in our world where there's conflicts, and any area where there's abuse. Ashley Miller, Alina, Susanna, Lana, Grace Anna, Kim Coles Ventnor, Shoshana Sabring, Stephen, Keith, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina and Clint, Janine, Heather, Kim, Jennifer M., Cassandra Brown Henry, Tim Smith, Jeanette and Eric, Rachel Warren and family, Mark Hunter, Pat, Ainsley Grace and her mom, Kathleen Viscomi, Betty, Judy Dorn, Kelly, Alma Jean, Jim Mershon's father, Rebecca Abraxas, Dana Rados, Darlene Trainer and her fur babies, Patricia, Jennifer Schwab and family, Steve Newman and Carol, Janet, Blue's sister Timmy, Margarita Estrada, Donna Sobel and her daughter Joanna. And I saw Donna recently. Let's continue to pray for her as she's undergoing chemotherapy. Soma, Christopher Elsie, Emerson, Louisa Almeida, Patricia Torinas, Don Baker and his family, especially his daughter Gia, Norman Ratner and Monica, Richard Scarborough, Richard James, Kathleen's cousin in Florida, Andre Latrulia, Kathy's co-workers and supervisor, Rose, Danica and Annette, Mike, Emmanuel from Zambia, Lucy's mom, Mary, Thandi Williams-Weiss and Vanette Hilma Mazel Cocajon, Justin Brown and family, James, Justina, Hans, Sherry Graham, the Wilk family, Ken and Tabitha, who are my nephew and niece, Susanna, Kelsey, Aunt Una, Max Smith, Jackie, Jeremiah, Noel Marshall and Bob Warner, Vinny, Dylan's Uncle Chris, Linda M., Martha, Shad Anderson, Joy, Holly Ann, Zita, Beiji, Allie, Bree, Stephen Hoskins, Tara, Soma, Ben, Pat, Dee Dee, Linda, Julie, Dana Benson and Kitty, Lauren Olivia, Alex, Margie, Anne, Mark, Adam, Alexandria, Lexi, Robin Miller, Jennifer Mitchell's family, Werner, Terry, Liz Eden and Serenity, Keith Leggett's family, Leah, Gina Marie Burrell, Janine, Rihanna Stowell and family, Kathy's brother Paul, and somebody had asked for, it was the family of the little girl, Chloe, that had drowned. So lifting up that family, I'll add them in afterward. And also I'd like to add my friend Bonnie down in Costa Rica to the list. So God, we release these prayers that we have laid before you now into your hands, knowing that your love surpasses all understanding. May we find peace in surrender, patience in waiting, and joy in receiving. Teach us to remain steadfast in hope and to look for the signs of your presence in all that unfolds. Thank you, Creator, for the blessings yet to come, the lessons we will learn, and the love that surrounds us always. Say this prayer with me, please. And the presentation's being just a little sticky today. There it is. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. So we lift all of those prayers up to the Creator, and we ask that each one be seen, heard, acknowledged, and answered for the highest, best and highest good of all. It's not always what we ask for, it's what's in the divine plan of each one of these beautiful prayers that we sent forward today. And thank you, Peas. I love you so much. And it's time for our Leo. And we had Annie that came in to join us. And I think I said hello to you, Charlie. Thank you for being here. Oh, you're welcome, Andrea. That is one of our missions and has been from the very first day that we got together as a family. We've lifted up prayer and lifted up each other and loved on each other. All right, so the Morning Cuppa song by our Leo Leo.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go,
Come on.
It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with
Little Hilma gave up on us. Please continue to pray for her as her family is away and she's missing them a bit. Oh, you're welcome, Annie. So much love to you and Grayson.
Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy.
That's right. Call our Lizos in here.
Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the
Bees in the pod. It's us.
I love you, namaste.
All right, you ready for that dance? There really is no secret. Aw, sweet Grayson. Accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all.
Full of joy every day at 8. To start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Namaste, y'all. You can almost see the mountains behind me, can't you? Beautiful Rockies.
With all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Cup of joy, cup of joy.
Thank you, Deirdre, for helping out our Leo. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone that came in this morning. I hope you went up, up, up in your vibration as we took all of those prayers and lifted them high so that each one is heard and each one is seen. Do you feel seen? Do you feel acknowledged? Because you certainly are. You're so loved. Stay in your heart. Stay in the love and the light and the pure, innocent being that you are. I'll be back on in an hour. It's meditation time with Dr. Ruth Anderson. We do meditation excavation every Wednesday. So come join us for that today. And I will see you back here tomorrow for the Morning Cuppa. And I'm on a podcast tomorrow. I'm hoping I'll be able to share that out. That'll be at noon Eastern time with Kathy Mason, a local here in Colorado. I love you all. I will see you later. And Hilma says bye, everybody. Namaste, y'all. I hope your day goes well at work, period. I love you. You get a chance to mail Kuan Yin to me yet? Question mark. Let me know how much to send you to pay for it.